everyone. I am Shubhabati Moitra, Tithi for now, and I'm from Kolkata. I'm currently pursuing computer science, IIST Shibpur. I welcome everyone to this session, Product Management Learn from the Expert, organized by Google Developer Student Clubs IIST. So, this is our first discussion on the product management chapter, and I'm quite excited, as I'm sure all of you are. So, today we are going to discuss the different aspects to get started with product management, and we do hope that we take back a lot of insights. For that, we are grateful to have with us Mr. Sarang Bafna, the Principal Product Manager at Amazon Prime. It's a pleasure to have you with us, sir. So, without further ado, let's just hear from the expert. Can you share with us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, thanks Titi for having me, and thanks to all the 29 people for sparing time on Saturday evening. I'm sure you all find this topic and this work exciting. That's the reason why you are here, and I will try to make it as informative and interactive as possible. So let's be open about the discussion. But I'll just start with a quick intro about myself. My name is Sarang. I come from Jaipur. I did my entire schooling from St. Anselm School, Jaipur. Then I did my engineering in industrial production from Dehradun. And then I did my MBA immediately after engineering from Wenninkers in e-business management. From Wellinger, I got placed into Tata Chroma. Tata Chroma is a lot of you might have shopped from their electronics. So Tata Chroma is one of the leading electronics retail store. And that moment of time, it was 2011 when I passed out. Tata Chroma was trying to open up their online vertical of shopping. That time Flipkart was just there. Amazon had not even launched that time. So I was one of the three members to launch Tata Chroma online vertical, which was a big deal in 2011, which is 10 years before setting up an online business. Then from Chroma, I worked around there 2.5 years. Then I joined Amazon. I joined Amazon in 2013 January. Then also Amazon had not launched by then, so I was part of the core. I would say 150 people who were part of launching Amazon in India. I was in charge of launching. I was in charge of doing the marketing of the entire electronics category portfolio launch, and as part of Amazon India. Um, because I joined in a marketing role at that moment of time. And I did the marketing role for around 2.5 years. Then I transitioned into a category management role where I led mobile phones category management for a couple of years. I managed brand like Samsung, Apple, Xiaomi, Lenovo, couple of brands like that. I left Amazon for 1.5 years in between to do some adventure in another Chinese company. Then I realized that I love Amazon, working at Amazon too much. So I came back, and I came back in a product management role around 4 years back. And I joined Amazon India Prime membership team because it's a very very important and critical part of the overall Amazon business strategy. And Prime had just launched in India, so there was a lot of innovative things to do in the team. So I was one of the only two product managers in the team when I joined. I've been in Amazon Prime team for around 4+ years now, leading product. So, and I primarily drive product around Prime membership plans, Prime membership pricing, the core platform, the core sign up journeys, the payment experience, and all. So I hope a lot of you guys are Prime members. If not, please do buy. It's not expensive. It has just too much to offer. Not selling it, but genuinely as a customer, I believe it. But definitely there are a lot more other subscriptions, but I am sure all of you love. So that's a quick intro about myself. We can get into questions, but if there is any question about whatever intro I gave right now, uh, happy to take that.
Anyone wants to ask something, they can simply write in the chat box. It was amazing to listen to all the experiences that you have had. You've had quite a journey.
Yeah,
So
so I'm actually one of the guys, like Amazon actually provides a lot of flexibility in changing roles. But thankfully, I have been one of the person who have been gotten a chance to transition into three roles, which is definitely been an amazing experience. Okay. Any questions,
yeah.
guys? Please feel free.
So I suppose there are no questions. Oh, okay, there
Okay,
are
there are.
questions.
Okay. How do it feel? Okay, I'll just take the question. How did it feel to move from production to IT in any time? Okay, got it. How is it hard to get into product management roles in uh, okay, FANN GM companies? Okay, I didn't get that acronym. Maybe I'm a little old now. But I'll take the first question first, right? So, Arinav, like actually, when I was in engineering, I was doing production engineering. I at that time real I did couple of internships in engineering, like with National Ball Bearing Company, etc. Hardcore engineering internships, and I realized that time that I didn't wanted to pursue my career in engineering. Also, I didn't wanted to land up in an IT job, so I decided to pursue MBA immediately after my engineering, and that led to me in a uh, in a job which is around marketing, product, etc. So it was never like production engineering for me. The MBA was the hop for me, right? Okay, I'll take the second one. Okay, thanks, Sudhir. Like I know a new acronym from you now, so thanks a lot. How hard is it to get into product management role? To be honest, it is tough to get into product roles of these companies. It's not easy. We'll talk about how can you from these fangam companies. We'll talk about this today specifically. That what are the different routes? At least I feel are good options and feasible. So these stay put. We'll talk about it for sure. Okay. Uh, sure.
So there are more questions so far. Just wait for a couple of seconds. Okay, so that's great. So there is a bit of ambiguity about the general definition of product management. So, can you tell us what exactly you get to do as a product manager and a bit of your experience as a product manager in Amazon Prime?
Sure, sure. So before we understand the role of a product manager, we need to understand that what context are we talking about? What is the context of product over here, right? So traditionally, a product manager term came from FMCG companies, where FMCG companies manage, a product manager in FMCG company will be like somebody working in P&G or an HUL, managing, say, Nirma or, Pepsi in PepsiCo company or something like that, right? Those are products. Those are physical products which are there, and people used to manage the portfolio of that product and the P&L and the life cycle and the marketing and distribution of the product. That is the traditional definition of the product. However, with the evolution of information technology and e-commerce and social media, etc., the product definition widened and it transformed into also the digital side of products, right? So, what I do is I don't manage any physical product. I am a product manager who manage the digital side of products and the products of digital sides of products. Like I'll take some broad examples and some peculiar examples. Like for example, managing an e-commerce website, or managing the user experience or developing the user experience of a website, or how should the automation of certain processes happen in a social media or in a fulfillment leg, etc. Right? So these are all, there is no physical product over here. There is there are these digital products which are there. So the definition of a product manager is evolved, and what I do is I am a product manager who manage the digital side of product. So that's the number one clarification. Now, once that is clear, let's talk about what does a digital product manager do, and like what are the companies we can talk about in context of, right? So fangam, like Sudhir mentioned, right? Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, Google. Apple, I was actually leave out. I would actually also leave out Microsoft, because Apple can still have physical product manager, like people managing, say, iPhone 13 launch, right? They are not managing the software of it, but they're managing the launch of the iPhone 13 device. That can be a product manager, right? So that's a different role altogether, because that's more into sales, distribution, marketing, planning. But today what we are talking about is digital product management, which more comes into the context of customer experience, technology building, right? Those are the two key parts of it, which is customer experience and technology building. So Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, Google is a perfect example of companies over here, right? So a product manager typically, and for example, like me, I'm working in Amazon Prime for a while. um, Product manager basically envisions what the customer needs are of in a digital business, or a, not even like, doesn't need to be a business, need to be digital, but the environment is quite digital, right? You are leveraging technology to do things, right? Yeah, you can say, we can say, no, you can't say UI or UX designer is a product manager. UI and UX designer has a special expertise to define the user experience. But yes, they work closely with product manager, and I'll just try to explain, right? So let's take example of Amazon Prime, which I manage, right? So when Amazon Prime was launching, we were thinking that, okay, what kind of membership plans do customer need? Do they need monthly plan, 3-month plan, annual plan? What kind of payment experience does customer want? What should be the sign up journey, right? What should be the look and feel? What kind of value added benefits should come in? And how do we leverage customer experience, which Neeraj said, like user experience, etc. That one, and technology. How do we leverage user experience and technology to offer both of them? So a product manager basically defines the vision, like of how vision of customer experience and technology to meet the business needs and the customer needs. And then they work with different stakeholders, like UI or UX designer, or your technology team, or it can be operations team, finance team, so many team members. Then you work with so many team members and create a project plan, and create a whole, get that vision into reality, and then get it to market. So this is kind of a role of a product manager. I'll just take a pause if people have examples or questions. Sorry, people have questions.
Yeah,
Like,
so
do you guys understand product management role now?
I hope we have a better understanding of both what is a product and
Right.
what a product manager
Can I
does.
get, yeah? Can I get more yes or no, so that I get an idea? Thanks, Arnab. Awesome.
Yeah, let's just be a little bit more interactive.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. Then I think we can get to the more deeper side of the session then. Yeah.
Okay. So I guess now that we have an understanding of product management, and since we are majorly talking about Amazon Prime, we have the context of Amazon and Amazon Prime. So um, I would also like to know, and I think many attendees here would also like to know what kind of product management roles are offered at Amazon.
Got it. Got it. And I also see there are few questions like is team leader and coding skill or something like that. So I'll take that also, right? So see, a product manager basically doesn't need to know coding. That is point number one. They don't need to be engineer. They don't need to be know coding. They don't need to be technically expert, right? It's very it might sound very surprising. It's a very common sense job, to be honest, right? But it is also very intellectual job. You need to have you need to really be passionate about your customers. You also need to think very customer backwards, right? You will, as a product manager, you will always face the challenges that okay, somebody is saying can you get me more revenue and why can't you do this versus that and all that. But you are actually the custodian of customers. Product manager is actually the biggest custodian of customers, and the user experience which a product manager builds or the technology which a product manager builds actually make or break the customer experience for the customers, right? That's why product managers needs to safeguard the interest of customers but also balance it with meeting the business need, right? So coding is not required, right? For sure. But I'll tell you the top skills which are required, and then we'll get into like what kind of product management roles are there in Amazon, right? So typically, like I said, right, a customer need to know certain mechanisms and tricks to identify what a customer needs. What can be some of those tricks, right? Can you do some kind of research and survey, or can you work with people who do research and survey, right? Can you read into customer data from surveys or customer research group studies, or reading articles, or looking at your competition, what they are doing? Can you look at industry trends, what's happening? And can you actually think and get that okay, what do actually customers need now and couple of years in future? That is one very important thing product manager does, because that is what will help them make that product in future, right? And like Amazon Prime itself is a product, right? It has taken a lot of years of thinking to make a membership program like Amazon Prime, which provides multiple benefits which nobody in the industry does, at a very reasonable cost to the value of benefits which are given in return. And in the back end, it leads customer to shop more and more, because customers just get so stuck to Amazon that customers keep on shopping on Amazon after experiencing free shipping, Prime Video, Prime Music, cashbacks, credit card discounts, etc., that they just keep on shopping with Amazon, right? So Amazon Prime itself is a complete product, and it's taken a lot of thought process and vision to be able to define that. So product manager needs to really understand customers. Second part is product manager needs to be close to the technology side of how things can happen, right? To advance and scale up things better. For example, machine learning. You guys all must be hearing about machine learning and data sciences and AIs, etc., right? So if product manager doesn't understand all these jargons, not even jargons, I would say the details of it, they will be not leveraging technology, right? They rather go and sell soaps in the market. They should know what is the best technology in the market, what is the most upcoming technology, can how can their product do personalization, targeting, more customization for the customers, etc., right? So technology, I won't say coding is required, absolutely no, but leveraging technology is required for sure. And how can it be done? It's very simple, right? You have an academies of the world, you have articles of the world, you have so many peer product managers in your company or your friends, and then you have great software engineers, right? So you can obviously be in the community and keep on knowing that how things are happening. These two are the most integral part. Rest everything which a product manager does is more of a program management. So program management, when I say, is product manager needs to think from the legal angle of the product, right? That legally is that product being accepted is as per the regulations of the country, tax laws, accounting laws or not, right? So that is one. So you need to work with those teams. Second is customer service. So you need to Amazon Prime, right? I'm sure you guys would believe that lot of customers will call about inquiries on Amazon Prime. What is the price? Why it's not activated? Why is this not working? That not working? So work with the customer experience team. That is one program management. Then finance team, data analysis team. So these are all program management aspects, and then there are core aspects of customer experience definition and technology definition. So these are kind of that makes a whole pie, and that is the reason you might have heard in the or seen in internet, like product manager is called a mini CEO. That is the reason they're called a mini CEO, because they have to literally work with a lot of stakeholders. Unlike say a software engineer who will more work with their software developer manager or a product manager, they will not go to finance team or they will not go to CS team and all that. They will never go there, right? So the stakeholders limited. But product manager will have to cover all the stakeholders, right? So that's why they're called a mini CEO. So okay, I'll take a question, sir. Do we need to have MBA for product management roles? Okay. Where did the Prime really make profit? It provides from free delivery. Okay, cool. So Sudhir, the question you asked is confidential, so of course I can't answer that. But I'll give a brief answer. Prime, and that's available in all online resources. So Prime is actually the heart of Amazon. It gains so much loyalty of customers that customers shop like 3x or 5x as they were doing before joining Prime. So automatically, profitably happens. So more customers shop, Amazon earns more profit, and Prime membership just drives the flywheel. So that's answer. And Pathikrit, let's get into this question, right? Where do you need an MBA? So absolutely not. You don't need an MBA to become a product manager, but you need to figure out what way you want to take, right? And does MBA become product managers? Answer is yes. Does MBA increases your chances to become a product manager? Answer is yes. If the college you are going to get company management roles, right? The answer is of course yes. It increases your chances, right? But is this the only way? Absolutely not. Answer is no, right? Then the question is, okay, how can you become a product manager if you want to do MBA and if you don't want to do MBA, right? So let's take the first one, a second one, which is if you don't want to do MBA, right? So see, if you don't want to do MBA and then you want to do into product management roles, then you need to be very exceptional in, and I personally feel like you need to be very exceptional in displaying your skills to the company whom probably you are applying for a product management role, that you have the right skill set, right? And how can you display the skill? You can't just talk about it, and you can't say that, okay, I have done a study or I have done a small project or that way. There are a lot of people, like India is a country of 1.3 billion people, right? There'll be a lot of folks like that. It's also a probability thing. You need to always increase your chances wherever you want to land, right? So what do companies like? Companies like practical experience. Companies like courses which are related to the job you are applying, right? Companies like you displaying that those skills. How do you do that? You get practical experience from internships, from 2 months, 3 months, 6 months of internships, right? So for example, when I in my third year of engineering realize that I am going to do MBA, not job after engineering, the internship I took in third year was not an engineering internship. I took into a general management internship to better understand that, okay, do I want to pursue this or not? So you, even in engineering, you can get into an internship, and it might not be easy, but you can get into an internship which might provide you some kind of better experience. And usually, companies are very happy to give interns a little more open experience rather than just coding, right? So you leverage internship experience to the maximum. It is very important, right? Second is competitions, right? When I was doing MBA, I had a target, and I can send you guys my resume if you guys want. I had a target of participating and trying to win at least one competition every quarter. In my 2 years of MBA, I won 4 competitions, and that and I was probably one of the 10 freshers. Everybody was experienced, and I got placed on day one. And I personally believe that the competitions, participating in the right competitions, gave me a lot of content to put in the CV and to talk in the interview, because otherwise everything is faff, right? You went and looked at Swiggy and you found how can they improve. It is all faff, right? It's not that great. It's very easy to find mistakes, right? But when you do an internship and when you participate in a competition, you have an objective goal, and you get a practical experience where the people who are evaluating you are have like 30 years of experience, and that gives a merit. And when interviewer hears that, it gives credibility and your conversion chances increases. So I will encourage all of you, as much as internship, as much as competition, please participate in that. Now, let's assume after engineering, you land up in a startup where you got a product manager role. Awesome. You are lucky. Very few people get that because you are from a CS background. Some people might also get like a mixed role. That's also fine. But always look at the long term picture, right? So companies like Amazon, Netflix, Microsoft, or even startups, right? The culture has changed. Companies have realized that they need to provide employees the flexibility of of transitioning into the role they like, given that they demonstrate those skills. So, like I said in the starting, right, I have transitioned from marketing to category management to product. So, probably you need to be a little patient. I have seen, like, there are people who report to me who were business analysts, not done MBA, they are graduates, business analysts for last 3 years, and they are getting into product management role, or they have already transitioned. There is no MBA degree, right? So need to be patient, need to demonstrate those skills internally, or need to talk to your managers. It might take like probably 2 years, 3 years, but there are paths in today's generation of companies where you can easily transition and you don't need those degrees, right? So that is one career path which you can take, where you don't need to do an MBA. And the last and the safest career path is that, okay, you do an MBA, and the MBA you do get companies who provide product management roles and all that, and then you transition into a product management role, right? uh, okay, I'll just take a pause. I know there are two questions. How do I take part into competitions? Okay. uh, how to get into such internships or project management in college. Got it. Cool. So, how do you get into competitions, right? So there are two parts to it. One is like, how do I used to go get into competition? So there is, at least in my time, right? Dare to compete. Dare to compete website was very popular. I think it's probably still is, or there might be other websites like that, right? I used to apply for competition from there, and I used to get into competitions from colleges like IIMs or companies like IBM and Adobe and all those companies. So there'll be corporate competitions and there'll be competitions organized by tier one colleges. Target only those. Don't get into anything and everything because you have limited time. So target the cream of competitions by corporates and by tier one colleges. Give your best into that, right? And gain the practical experience, right? So if your college is providing facilities of getting into competition, awesome. Otherwise, use portals like Dare to Compete. Uh, that'll be great. Uh, and I'll be very transparent with you guys. Like I am from Wellinger. Wellinger is a tier B college, but we won, like me and my team. It's not an individual win. Me and my team won over a lot of IM batches, right, in the competition. So absolutely go for it and give your time. I used to spend more time in preparing for competition than for couple of random assignments which I had to do. So so decide your priority, right? Now internships, how do you get into that? So internships getting is definitely tricky. It's not easy, to be honest, right? So you need to do like everything. Like बोलते हैं ना, like दाम दंड भेद लगा दो. To get an internship, तो दाम दंड भेद ही लगाना पड़ता है, right? So chase your placement cell. Look at companies, internship job openings. Chase your friends and family. Chase anybody possible, right, to find an internship, right? And obviously the ideal internship will be in a tier one company in the role you like. But if that doesn't happen, I would suggest you prioritize a better role than a tier one company, so that you are getting the right kind of experience which can justify when you start giving job interviews. So but internship is very tough. So but I know that a lot of people get Amazon internships by applying on Amazon job portal. Same with Microsoft, Google, and same with a lot of companies. And thankfully you guys are in a generation where the startup culture is on boom. So I'm hoping there'll be a lot more opportunities, right? Okay, Arnav, I'll just take your question. Let's say a company or startup comes with a new product. First, the PM would like to gather, like, what would be the first steps a PM would take? Okay, I'll take a pause for Arnav's question, but I'll just first take if there are any more questions around how to get into a product management role, or the path of product management. Let's just take questions for that first.
Yeah, I guess this is a major section of doubts that people have. Like, how do I transition into a product role? Being in computer science, having a computer science background, do I need MBA? Is it absolutely necessary? And let's see if we have any more questions.
Yeah. Guys, you can respond if all my response or whatever I spoke either clarified your doubts, or if you have more doubts around how to get into PM, please ping. So either say we are good, or either ping your question, please.
Let's see some interaction in the chat box now.
Okay, great. Thanks, Neeraj, Arnab, Pathikrit. Yeah, internship are trickiest, I agree. So I'll tell you another interesting fact, right? So I took part in certain competitions, and competition also let you network. So, cracking internship is also net is like networking is essential for cracking internship, right? Networking with your placement cell, with your friends and family, with say corporates, even participating in competitions. Sometimes if you reach round 2 or round 3, let you network with the corporates, and that, like, I actually got few internships offered through that also. So uh, please trust me on that competition and internships, like, networking helps. And any if you enter competitions, you might actually end up internship after that also. Do CBCs really work for getting promoted? Yeah, cohort-based courses, Sudhir, definitely helps. Eventually, like, uh, as a product manager, the way you think is that which is your right customer, or which is the customer whose need you want to solve. So it's mostly never something for everyone, but it's something for someone, right? Someone special. So that's the job of a product manager. So ideally the thinking starts from cohort or segments, and definitely if there are courses which helps you train and think like that, it is definitely there. uh, but usually I'll tell you, uh, and I'll be very honest, because you guys, like all 29 people who have joined, I think you really want like practical advice. So I'll be very honest with you guys. Uh, if you want to get into product management, MBA is of course the easiest path, because there are certain soft skills you learn as part of MBA which help you slide into product management role. But if you are not MBA, then you need to really have either a practical experience, which I said internship plus competition, or you need to spend some time in your job, any kind of job, right? It can be data sciences, engineering, finance, any kind of job, right? Where you have experienced or worked with product managers, right? So please don't expect that after engineering you will definitely, like, directly go into product management job. You'll be lucky if you get into, but you will have to either be patient to do some other job and figure the way out to reach into product management, or you take an MBA path. So that's what, like I said, right? One of the folks who report to me, he has done business analytics for the last 3 years. He's right just transitioned into product management, and to transition into product management, 6 months he has just worked on certain product projects for product management without a official role transition. Once that is proven, then only his transition will be completed. So those, but it's a very lucky generation that all the companies today actually come forward and helps in employee transitions into the role they like, because that's what's contribute to the success of a company. Okay, any more questions, guys, on this topic? Project management, product management. Okay, great. Suranjan, I can answer that. And that's a great question, by the way, right? And so let me take a little bit of desi layman example, like we started that product, how the product used to be in earlier times, right? So let's take an example of, say, Dettol, right? Dettol is a product, and product managers earlier used to be the people who used to develop the product Dettol, right? So product manager will actually try to build Dettol as a soap which effectively cleans germs, 99.9% what they claims. It smells nice, it looks nice, its color is nice, its packaging is nice, the overall Dettol as a product is nice, right? So he will conceptualize and he will work with his manufacturing, or I would say research team, etc., to build a product called Dettol soap, right? But he will not be the one who will track that, okay, in what time it will be built, what are the steps it will take to build, what are the steps it will take to manufacture, what are the steps it will take to distribute in entire country, right? That is the job of a project manager. So a project manager is more execution focused, who kinds of understands that, okay, something needs to be built, like Amazon Prime as a subscription program. I as a product manager will say that, okay, this is what my customer needs, that is how it needs to look, that is the kind of technology or automation it needs to be. But I will have a technical program manager with me who will tell me that, okay, we will deliver all what you require in so many months, these are the milestones it will take, and we will deliver you that. So project manager is more focused on delivery. A product manager is more focused on defining the experiences, technology requirements, and driving the overall customer function and business objective. So a project manager will get a bashing if they don't deliver on time. A product manager will get a bashing if it doesn't meet the customer experience or the business objective. So I hope, Suranjan, I answered your question. Okay. Progya, how to network efficiently? It's a little off topic, but okay, got it. Progya, so great question. How to network? It's a very tricky one. Like it's a soft skill, to be honest, right? So see, the best way to network is that if you are working with somebody, like, you just get into forums, right? Forums, right? For example, today we are having a session. There are 28, 29 folks from your college, right? I know all of you now this is a forum, and now you can contact me on LinkedIn anytime and just ask me questions, or we can interact, and I'll have a reference of you and I'll respond. So because you have joined this forum, we are networking. So try and join forums, or try and participate in things which will give you a platform to network. That's the best way. And the second way is social networking, right? Where you ping randomly folks and ask for help. And generally people do help a lot of times. Like I try myself, but not everybody gets time. So the ideal way is to join in as much platforms or forums as possible. So I hope I answered your question, Pragya. Neeraj, does product manager have the high chance of promoting to top position? Okay. So Neeraj, anybody can become a CEO. It's not about chances. I'll be very honest with you. It's about being true to the vision of the company, true to delivering to your customers, true to driving the growth of your company. Anybody, like CEO is a long cycle, right? So anybody can become that. But does product manager job provide you chances? Yes, it provides you more chances than other roles, is what I feel. Because the product manager job, a lot of these are all strategic things which a product manager does, like, user experience, technology improvements, how to, scale something from 0 to 1. Like companies grow, like technology and user experiences grows things India wide in no time. So product manager roles provide much better chances to grow into a general management or a top leading role. That is for sure true. That is the reason I transitioned from one to second to third role into a product management role. So yeah, I agree. So Neeraj, I hope I answered your question. Sudhir, product manager handles the project timelines and responsible for the manage while the product manager. Yeah, Sudhir, your summarization is correct. Uh, yeah, so Suranjan, product manager definitely works on ideation of the project. I would change this a little bit. I won't say ideation only. It's not ideation only, but it's about setting up the vision and requirements for the rest of the team. So, you know how the lighthouse is? Lighthouse shows the path, right? Product manager tells that, okay, this needs to be developed and it requires a lot of intellect and customer research, data analysis, know-how to tell somebody or a group of engineering team or a finance team or your leadership that this is the product which needs to be built. That's why it's a very important role, right? And the job doesn't end just by telling. You need to be there in entire execution. The defining part is probably it will take what, 1 month, 2 month maximum. Execution take months, like one year at times, right? So you need to be there with your team for the entire course of time, work with your project managers, drive the things to timelines. So all this is also there. It's not just ideation, but there's also execution. Okay, is it okay to say engineers work under guidance of product manager and project manager under guidance of so Kiranmoy, it completely depends on the hierarchy or the organization structure, that who works under whom. I'll tell you the organization structure of Amazon. Okay, and I'll hope you guys get a picture, right? So any product launch which happens in Amazon, there are typically 3 to 4 parties which are there. One is a product manager, one is a technical program manager or a project manager, as few of you are stating. One is a software development manager, and then there are software development engineers. Okay, so product manager defines the vision, requirements, customer experience, and the business need of the entire product, right? Now this entire requirements and the vision is completed, and they review with all the stakeholders, CEO, engineering team, finance, customer, everybody gets aligned. Now technical program manager and software development manager and software development engineering team reviews all the requirements. There is a two-way discussion. It's not one way. I want to be very clear. I work very closely with my engineers. Some of the brightest ideas and some of the ideas of how to simplify things and do more innovative stuff comes from my engineering team. So it's a two-way discussion. They find a lot of faults which I have made in defining the requirements, right? So they are young folks, so they give a lot of cool ideas also. So so it's a two-way discussion. So you need to have a product manager needs to basically involve the engineering team, technical program manager, software development manager, and the group of engineers into the requirements and collaboratively finalize the final set of requirements. Now, once that is finalized, now technical program manager and software development manager defines that, okay, what will be the execution plan, and the engineers design the architecture of the technology, right? So you are studying engineering, some of you are from CS, so there are obviously, technical architectures which needs to be defined, how the things will change, which platforms, blah blah blah, technical details are there, right? So technical program manager, software development manager, and engineers then collaborate together and tell that, okay, we need to do so many technical changes to launch this product, and technical program manager says these changes will happen in so and so timelines, and then this is given to product manager that, okay, your requirements will be launched by this amount of time. Are there any things you want to discuss? Then of course there are a few more iterations, simplifications, milestone divisions. So it's a little bit of iterative process, but it's a two-way process, at least in Amazon. So Product, so technical team usually doesn't report to product in Amazon, but in other like startups it might actually. Product is separate and the technical division is separate in Amazon. So I hope Kiranmoy, I answered your question. Okay, I've reached the last question. As I'll take a pause.
So I think that's amazing how this interaction is turning out to be several intelligent questions and really important questions. So just one thing, we have Deboshmita Das with us now. Uh,
Hi,
who
Yes,
is my
sorry guys.
co-host.
I'm a bit late.
Hi,
I was actually
Devashmita.
giving an exam. Yeah, hi Sarang. The session is going amazing. I was reading the chats and I saw that you answered a lot of questions and it's amazing to have you here actually.
Oh, thank you. Love to be with all of you guys. Yeah, happy to go to next set of questions or as you would guys would like.
Yeah,
Let,
so
let's keep going.
did we talk about how to crack interviews and all?
We have it.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So, do you guys want to talk about how to crack interviews for product management role?
What kind of we have technical projects or on UX case studies like that? If you
Sorry, Devasmita, your voice was a little bit breaking. If you don't mind repeating, or anybody else would like to repeat for Devasmita.
Okay, so I think she's having some technical issues. So I guess what she meant is one of the most important questions that we are having in mind right now. Like, what kind of resume should we have, and how to prepare for product management interviews? How to prepare for these internships or competitions that you were talking about a little bit earlier? How to prepare for them?
Hmm. Hmm. So number one, like all of them are very, very different, right? So competition is different from internship interview. Internship interview is different from job interview, right? So all of them are very, very different. So let's take the competition part out. Competition is pretty straightforward. You need to find the right competition from websites like Dare to compete and all. You need to give your best. You need like it requires a lot of research, thinking, self motivation, and you need to go about it, right? So and I would like to call out one very important thing is in competition is that the way you present things, right, in form of how simple is your PowerPoint, in telling things, etc. Those soft skills are very important to make a point, right, rather than making things complex. So that's part of competition, right? Now let's come to internship and job interview. So number one is having the right CV or resume, right? So see, so number one, if all of you are freshers, right? So number one, all of you, what you guys need to know is, like I was saying, unless and until you are doing an MBA, or you are lucky to get into a product management role right after engineering, it's okay to do engineering job or some other job and finally make into the path of an MBA. It can be business analytics job, engineering job, or any other job, right? I know engineers in Amazon who have transitioned into a product management role. So it happens, perfectly happens, right? So have that patience. So that's not a problem, right? Now, let's assume you want to create a resume, right? Any resume, it can be product manager or anything else, right? Having internship and competition will give the practical experience in the resume, right? So that is number one which you should target about. Second ones are the projects or the documents or whatever you do in your course. That takes a second precedence. So if if one person in your course has done internship and competition, and somebody has done only internal projects, of course you know who is going to stand out, right? So that's I just repeatedly making this point because it's very important, right? So now let's assume you have done all these things. Now how do you write about it, right? That's very important, right? So number one, I know a lot of you guys have sent me resumes, and they're not even other folks on LinkedIn. A lot of you guys make resume on web pages or designer website or some kind of web pages. Personally, I don't understand that at all. I have taken more than 100 reviews, interviews in Amazon. No, not even one person has given me a web page link for a resume, right? It's always like a 2 page of resume to the maximum, like a PDF or a Word document. So I don't know why people are creating jazzy web pages. Maybe some companies accept or expect it. I don't know, but at least I feel uh, having resume in 2 page is enough, and that is the amount of attention time you will get from HRs or hiring managers, not more than that. No hiring manager, HR manager is going to click and go through multiple pages, right? So 1.5 to 2 pages of resume is enough. Now how do you write? For example, you have done internship, so your topmost experience come as internship. Now how do you want to write? You want to write it as, I have contributed in so and so project by doing so and so things which drove an impact of X and Y, right? So you need to tell what project you were part of, what was your contribution to the project, and what impact did it drive, right? And you can also tell below that, okay, what were your key responsibilities or anything other you want to highlight. One thing which I practice in my resume is that in the entire resume I highlight key phrases. For example, if I say that as part of my internship I did a market research in Gurgaon and Delhi of so and so product, I will highlight market research in Gurgaon and Delhi in bold, because when a HR or a hiring manager reads hundreds of resume or at least 20 to 50 resume, it's not possible to go word by word. But if certain phrases in each sections are highlighted, it just increases the comprehension, and it registers more in the mind. So things like which company, what did you do, impact, some key things you want to bold in your resume. It will get more attention and your conversion of your resume will increase. So that's very important, right? And that stands for both internship resume and job resume. Okay, so I'll just take a pause if there are more questions on the resume.
So let's wait for some more questions. I think this one was a really important section to get to know about how to prepare your resume and CV and all from someone who has taken so many interviews. And I really hope it helps all of us. So let's see if we have any more questions regarding this topic.
Guys, if you don't have, just say
Sarang,
no questions, so we're good.
am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I had one question regarding resume. I heard that, in product manager resumes, we should, mention numbers like managed growth by 52%, collaborated with 5 engineers, 3 UX designers, something like that. Is it important to mention like numbers, how much important it is?
Uh, See, it is. It is. I'll tell you why. Number one, I'll tell you why it is important. It is important to show that whatever you have done has actually practical applicability or has driven some impact. Because product is a area where you guys, I'm sure, like if you guys sit in a room, you guys will come like 20-25 people on the chat right now, right? You guys will come up with 100 ideas, like 4 idea per person, right? But not all of them will be successful. Product is like that, right? Because idea, good or bad, how do you judge? So the impact which you mention in the resume actually justifies that whatever you worked on or whatever you thought of has worked. So product is a very subjective one, so that impacts is very important. And if you mention key stakeholders, then like I said a while back, product manager is like a mini CEO. So a very important skill set of a product manager is managing stakeholders, because you have to work with so many stakeholders. So if you mention certain stakeholders that, okay, I worked on so and so project and collaborated with so and so people to launch blah blah, which drove an impact of so and so. So it tells that, okay, what did you do, who did you work with, and what impact did it drive. So it kinds of covers everything. So it is important, but you can always, like if you don't quote, see a lot of times when you work in internship, not necessarily it is launched, so you can change it. So you can say that I worked on the research of this, or I worked on the ideation of this project, which has, which is supposed to have an estimated impact of so and so. Okay. Or I collaborated with so like UX designers or marketing folks or technical team to design a product from scratch which solves this customer need and will drive an estimated impact of so and so. So you can mention that, because in internship in 2-3 months it's not possible to launch things. So I hope Devismita answered your question.
Yeah, you answered it very in details and everything got cleared.
Okay.
So
I have
we
one
have
question coming from Anirban Mukherjee regarding this topic.
Okay. Anything in particular is looked for in the resume during interview? Yeah. So guys, I will be very brutally honest. Right. So now, when a resume screening happens, how does a resume screening happens? Right. Number one, so there is a job description to which the resume is being applied, and then there is a resume screening which happens. So number one, when you build a resume, ensure that whatever the keywords are in that resume, in the job description, are covered in that resume. For example, your job description might say that this person should have experience in designing user experience, or should know about user experience, or should know about customer research. Then if your resume, if your work experience or your projects or your course has such details, ensure that the resume you are submitting to that company covers those keywords, like customer research, like one-to-one mapping. Like somebody was talking about cohort based courses, it is cohort based, right? Like you are applying for a job description, ensure the keywords of the job description is covered in the resume, and you bold the phrases. Then the hiring manager and HR reads it, and then they registered, okay, the perfect match is happening, right? So that is number one, what somebody looks in the resume. And the second thing is work experience. Everybody wants to hire people who has actually some kind of practical exposure, because they are not kids anymore, to be honest. They have some practical experience. So like I said, internships, competition, or some job experience definitely helps. So guys, go out in the market as much as possible, articulate it well in the document, in your resume, map it to the job description, bold it into the phrases, then your resume will be ready. Okay, Anirban, I hope I answered your question. Okay.
think you answered Anirban's question. So one last question from my side. Is entrepreneurial experience, important, or, does it give an age to entrepreneurs for product management roles and all?
Yeah, completely, definitely. There are two parts of hiring, right? One is resume screening, and second is interview process, right? So, if your entrepreneurial experience is valuable and sufficient, then it will automatically end up you in hiring. But a lot of people, I want to be very open about it, a lot of people just mention that, okay, I've been blah 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 entrepreneur, just to put some experience in the resume, which is all faff, right? Which gets which is caught in the process of resume screening and interviews, right? So until and unless the entrepreneurial experience is genuine, right? And if it is genuine, then I'm sure you can articulate in the resume as well as in the interview process. Then it's completely justifiable. Entrepreneurial experience is a work experience.
That's amazing. I got it.
So, if we don't have any more questions, I think we are drawing closer towards the end of the session. So, let's see if we have any more questions regarding anything, any topic.
Hey guys, I hope everybody's awake. I know you might be planning to go to some parties. It's like weekend night. Yeah, definitely party tonight. Yeah, but if there are any questions I can answer, please let me know. Thanks, Anirban, Neeraj, Suam.
So, looks like there are no more questions, which means that we have understood a lot, and it was all of us. I'm sure all of us have gained a lot from this session. I would like to thank everyone for being a part of this session today, and especially I would like to thank Sarang for making time for this session. It's really a pleasure to have you with us here, and let's wrap up for the day.
Yeah, thanks everyone for having me. All of you are very kind and sweet. Wish you guys a great weekend. All the best for the career. You can always search me on LinkedIn. Let's stay connected, and all the best to all of you guys.
All right, so that's
Yeah.
great.
Okay. Thanks, Tithi and Devasmita for organizing it.
Thanks a
We,
lot,
wish you guys
Sarang,
all the
for
best
your
for
precious
the,
time.
yeah, thanks. Wish you all the best for the group you guys are managing. Yeah.
Thanks.
Thanks a
Love.
lot.
Thanks a lot.
Okay. See you guys. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.